That'd
No,
be sick.
you would have to do something as big as an M4 to cram that thing into. There's no way Dodge is making an M2 style
like,
car with putting
Again, if they
a
did like the same kind of chassis as like the Taurus or the Fusion and just called it a neon, I'd be okay with that. A sedan, 4-door sedan, or bring back. We talked about this. The Crown Vic. Bring back, or like like similar with
Vic
Dodge.
Ford?
Bring
Yeah,
back
Crown
the
Vic
Crown
Ford.
Vic, but like have something like, again, I don't know what Dodge has. I mean, I wish they would have kept the Hornet. I love the Hornet name. The Galaxy, like something. Bring back a nostalgic name and give us a SUV or a sedan.
Well, that
has
was
a
what I
V8
said, that the
or a
Mach E
V6.
should have been called the Galaxy E.
Yeah.
Galaxy.
I mean,
Like,
but there's
reuse the
1,001.
old name.
Lost
There's
opportunity.
1,001
Yeah.
Dodge names they could use. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm tired of seeing, like, again, the Hornet. They
Mhm.
completely butchered
Yep.
using that name on
I
that
would say
stupid ass car.
Dodge guys would hate it, but you could put that straight six into a car and call it the Super B because it sounds
Yep.
like a B.
Yeah, that could have been the Hornet. Like, if it was
Yeah.
a sedan with that in there, that'd have been perfect.
Which would have been more to what the Hornet was back in the day.
Yeah.
Like we've covered this before. I don't like when companies reuse old names and completely
Butcher
Change what
it.
it is.
Yeah.
like just completely butcher what the image of that car
Mhm.
was. And honestly, like Dodge did it first with the Charger,
Charger,
by making
exactly.
a 4-door Charger.
But
But
they established it long enough to
Right.
where now we think of a Charger as a 4-door sedan.
Yeah.
Yes. In whatever 69, 70, it was the 2-door boat.
Yeah.
The land yacht. The
Yeah.
2 doors.
Well, there's still
and
land
big
Oh, yeah.
engine.
but I mean, you think about it, like,
Hey,
I'm not
there's
gonna
going to be a
turn-
440 and there's going to be a beast of a car
Yeah.
behind it. Right?
but I know I'm not gonna turn the camera, but we have
Dude, this
a
thing is
70s,
fucking
you know,
crazy.
Roadrunner.
yeah,
Yep.
70s Roadrunner sitting in here with us. Like, that thing is probably longer than a new Charger.
It is. It is very, very long.
And Dodge
That thing's
owns
longer than an
Plymouth, right?
F-150.
So that's the car that the Daytona would have been based on, and would have been like another 2 feet longer.
Yeah.
With that nose and the wing sticking
Oh,
out
yeah.
of it. Can you
And
imagine
Stellantis
that?
owns Plymouth, right? They own the branding.
branding,
Dude, Plymouth has been gone for
I know, but
Since
they
what,
own the
2006
they own the
maybe? Something like
branding
that?
and
no
everything.
earlier than that, because
Really?
they went
Oh no, I'm
away.
thinking of Pontiac. Never mind.
They went away in like
Yeah.
99, 2000
Yes.
because they had the Prowler, and then halfway through production in that 99, 2000 time, it went to the Chrysler Prowler
Right.
instead of being the Plymouth.
I was gonna
That's
say,
right.
weren't they owned by Chrysler?
Yeah.
Are they still owned
Yeah,
by Chrysler?
I'm sure they own
they
the
s-
brand.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Own the
absolutely,
branding. If
I'm
that
sure
if
they own the
that's the
brand, but
case,
the
then
company's
yeah,
dead. Yeah.
bring back stuff like that. That'd be so cool.
I mean, that would have been, again, we're moving on to totally different tangents here, but that would have been bold moves from these companies.
Yep.
Like, bring back Pontiac as your EV company.
They brought
Bring
back
back
the old
Plymouth
school
as your
Dodge
EV
logo.
company.
Yep.
Bring back Mercury as the EV,
EV
company
company.
That'd be
instead of
cool,
diluting these
Their
old,
brand,
really
yep.
cool nostalgia names.
I agree.
Agreed.
So yeah,
Hopefully Dodge can stay in business because it is one of the top. One of the was it American 3, the
Yeah.
Detroit 3.
yeah, the big three.
Try and save that, right?
Yeah, I mean, what is Detroit without Chevy, Ford, Dodge?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, what is
Yep.
America car culture without Chevy, Ford, Dodge? But I
And Tesla.
agree. Well, and we're done here, and that's all that we'll have from Vin. Tesla.
No, I like him being around. It's great.
Yeah.
Hey,
need
my
to have a
clients
bar.
ask me about EVs all the time. What should I buy as an EV? And I say, if you're not buying a Tesla, do not buy an EV, because every other
Tried
EV
and
you're going to
true.
lose your money. You're going to lose
Oh, yeah.
your ass. No charging network. It sucks.
I don't know,
It's
the-
tried and true. Like, it's built. They have the structure.
There's one EV company that exists and that will succeed, I think, and has succeeded is Tesla. I don't think.
Well,
anyone-
I mean, if you look at Tesla as a company, they have lost billions
Oh yeah,
over the last year, but they're still
That
fine.
doesn't affect.
They're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're still making cars.
Yeah. I mean, Apple could lose billions
They'll be fine.
and they'll be fine. Like, you come out with a good, solid product, you
Yep.
come out with a great marketing, you just build up the cash, and that's where they
That's
were
it.
smart.
And if they continue, like, I feel like Tesla is also still trying, and they've been saying, like, they're still trying to make good cars, but relatively affordable cars. I mean, even the Model 3 right now, you can pick one up brand new for close to like 35.
Yep.
That's pretty good
And
for
speak-
a sedan
Right.
Yeah.
out of the box. Don't have to do anything with it.
And
an
talk
EV,
about not diluting their brand.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
4 cars. That's it. And the truck now, the 5 cars. That's
Yeah.
it. You know,
I
that's
mean, if you're absolutely not worried about your
4.
car having a
right?
S3XY
Y and
truck.
then truck, yeah.
yeah, I mean,
4
they're
cars, yeah.
they're the brand
Oh, yeah.
that like Oldsmobile became back in the day. If you if you weren't worried about having a car that stood out or that had a personality, if you just needed an appliance to get you from A to B,
That's it.
that's
And that's what they do
utilitarian.
good at.
Yep.
yeah.
That's it.
And I think it's also a clean look. Like, it's very modern. It's a look that hasn't gone out of style for the last how many years they've been making it, decade now. I think they've done a really good job in trying to future-proof it. And
I mean, I think it was out of style when it would launch. So
Yeah, but you do because
Yeah.
you like that.
I do like
Sorry.
that.
Not everybody that has your opinion. Not everybody wants a car like that. They want a car that, one, like you said, gets point A to point B, but also looks modern and stylish and clean. Like, it looks minimal. It's not crazy
By the way,
looking.
I love
but
this dynamic that we have here. Wouldn't buy a Fox body, wouldn't buy a Tesla. Has
Owns
both.
Has both.
Dude, as a
It
day to
works
day,
well.
I promise you, once you get used to a Tesla, you won't want to drive
I've been
anything
wanting
else.
one.
It's so easy. Just no oil changes, no refueling, no nothing. You plug in at home, you wake up in the morning, you go wherever the hell you want.
Just a
Yes,
set of
it's
tires
not an
every 500
enthusiast
miles.
thing, but when you want to make a pass on the highway, it is so
bet.
fast and so easy.
I think that's my biggest thing. Why I don't want to drive one is
It's
I know I
addictive.
would probably like it.
And this is coming from me,
and I want to
the
hate
person
it.
that said I will never buy a Tesla or an EV period because I'm a petrol head, and then my
Yeah.
wife went and bought a Model Y and I hated it, and then I drove it once. And then you realize,
Changed your
this
mind?
is, as a daily driver, this is fucking perfect.
I've Chris has offered a couple of times for me to go drive his model, or
S
was he
Plaid?
the Model S.
Yep.
And
Isn't
I
his a
just-
Plaid?
His is not a Plaid.
Have you
His
driven
is
one
just
at all?
a dual motor Plaid.
Okay.
I've never driven a Tesla.
Really?
Never, ever.
We
So
gotta
I've
fix
driven
that.
the Model 3 and the Model Y, and both of them, yeah, they're great. They're great driving
But see,
cars.
that's my
Like, they're
thing.
just
Is like I'm
easy.
afraid that if I go drive
Yeah.
one, my opinion will change. And
Again, I think I agree.
I'm
I think
holding hard
good
fast.
daily, like there's great daily cars. They're very just simple, easy
Are
to
they
drive.
going to be collector cars in the future? Absolutely
No.
not. Is
No.
it what a true enthusiast buys? Yes, a true enthusiast might buy a Plaid as a daily driver, but they're not going to buy a Plaid as their weekend fun
they
car.
are the
you know?
Volkswagen Beetle from the '60s.
Yes,
It's not.
it's
It's not.
utility. That's
It's
it.
utility. It's cheap. It's there to get me A to B.
Yep.
They will be like, in 30 years, if they're still on the road, someone will see a Model 3 and be like, "Yo, a Model 3."
Yep.
That's
It's like
crazy.
seeing a Roadster now. You see a
Yeah.
Tesla Roadster, you're like, holy crap,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
How is that still going?
The
But, yeah, I
whole-
mean,
the
it's meant
tin
to be-
they made.
Right.
Yeah.
Meant to be driven, whatever, 15 years and
Funny,
recycle it and move on with life.
funny story. The owner and CEO of the company I work for had a Tesla Roadster,
Awesome.
and it died in the parking lot.
Oh no.
It's actually the also top depreciating car, Tesla Roadster.
I'm sure there's a
Not
following
from-
for them.
So I don't know if you follow Graham Stephan on YouTube.
I
He
don't.
actually bought a Tesla Roadster when they were like coming around, like and very like popular, but they were hard to find. Bought one. He's like, yeah, that's the most depreciating valued asset I've had
Wow.
is the Tesla Roadster because
Wow.
nobody cares.
I was
Nobody wanted
watching a
one.
couple of them on Cars and Bids recently, and they
Yeah.
seem to be doing really well
Really?
all of a
Hmm.
sudden. Yeah.
Cult
But I
following.
mean, like from what he probably
Cult
paid
following. That's
Yeah.
it.
back then when they were like
Sure.
impossible to find. Yeah, who knows? But yeah, he's like that is the one asset that I've always had that I regret buying. He's like
Yeah.
I did because he bought it back when Tesla stock was also crazy.
Yeah.